You know what? We're going to do a nice, healthy Q&A session.
Is a mixed drink getting me fat? Calories.
It just depends on
Like,
what's
I just
in it.
don't see it. Let's go around and say the worst days of our life.
I start to get sad when appetizers are over because I know the dinner's coming to the end. The best part of the dinner is waiting for appetizers. And after that, I get a little depressed. When he said that he probably would have gone through college if it wasn't for this job, holy dude, we better not.
Got quit college.
I mean, Scotty's a big one. I like what he's doing with his foot.
If you tried Scotty's swing, you would bust that and those Converses you have. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Bob Does Sports podcast. We're going to be up front here. We're going to be honest. We don't have a whole lot to talk about here today, so we figured, you know what? We're going to do a nice, healthy Q&A session. Before we get into the Q&A session, we just came off the donut challenge, which we'll touch a little bit on that, and then we'll go right into the Q&A. Won't give out whether we won or lost it. We've lost it before. Underrated, maybe one of the harder challenges that there is. The reason I was so nervous is just in the 95-degree heat more than anything.
Well, he doesn't ever make anything easier, that's for sure. And we failed it the first time, so it definitely wasn't easy. I think the hardest part is sometimes with these challenges, you're focused so much on like taking down the food that the golf component gets lost. And then, if you try to like get late birdies when you're really going through it, that's tough. So you gotta start these things off on a high note, like right out of the gates from a golf perspective. To me, the donuts it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as some of the others. Like I thought the milk and cookies that we did was tremendously more difficult. Like
Also
trying to drink that milk, also in 90-degree heat.
Yeah.
And I thought the pizza one that we did was horrific because, listen, I can eat a pizza, but to eat all the crust and then the amount of water that we were drinking to put down the crust, that was brutal.
It was a good pie, too.
It was a good pie, but it was a big one.
Yeah.
That one I thought we would do better.
Did you XL us over an L?
Yeah, it was like a 20.
It was like an 18-incher.
18
It was.
yeah.
It was.
18's regular. It was like a
It was
20.
16 was like
the
a large.
20-inch Pete's.
Oh,
It was a
bigger.
big boy.
She
It was
big girl.
good, though.
Again, the heat too playing a factor.
Yeah.
Like the heat was definitely a factor there. Those challenges are pretty brutal.
I don't feel good about myself right now.
Me neither.
No. I look
feel
massive.
like a good person. I've been trying to be better, and I feel like I have lost some weight.
Hey,
I don't know
doing
how
good.
much because I'm not looking, but like today is just one of those days where you're just like, you feel like you're climbing a mountain and you just fell, like you fell far the fuck down. And
You think this is going to spiral you? Like,
no, I don't think it'll spiral me, but it's just like it's discouraging, right? It's discouraging.
yeah,
Now
just
I gotta go back up the same trail that I just went back up again.
I have a thing like if we come back, like we'll come back from the trip, like I'll need or like something like that. I'll need 3 good days of going to the gym and eating clean to start to feel back after coming off something like that, for sure.
Kill ourselves out here, dude. In the
Yeah.
streets, dude.
Oh.
We just body ourselves.
you're still intermittent fasting though. It's still the only thing you ate in a very small window.
Sure, but it's a lot.
Yeah, but that intermittent fasting is not necessarily about
Nicole,
how much you eat. It's just keeping that window tight.
Nicole-
you didn't even really lose a lot of ground today. You're in good shape still. I promise.
I like that.
I told Nicole that we did the Walmart donuts, and she looked it up.
330 a donut, so 330
Yeah,
calories.
so you're right on the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Well, no, it is worth it
I don't
because
know calories,
this channel was built on the food challenges,
My
and
bad. No, the challenge and the video is worth it. 330 calories for just a donut seems like a horrendous use of 330.
oh
calories.
yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know, but listen,
No, I did not.
Did you just fucking
No,
fart?
fart
no,
into the fucking
no,
sky?
dude.
put it down.
I just had calories.
Yeah, that's a good
Excuse
point.
me for passing gas.
You stuck the mic in your ass.
That I did. But Naz has been ripping farts all fucking
Whoa,
week,
buddy.
dude.
Little ricochet
Nazzie's
shot for Nazzy.
Jay
Guys,
Naz has
Guys,
been.
gotta stop farting in my apartment. Okay.
Well, luckily for you, this thing's so big it'll air out in a second.
If I open that door up, it'll be fine.
You got a door in here though.
you got a door too.
He did, dude. He
You
did that
all
to
have
me
a
the other
balcony.
day.
I know you all have a
You have a
balcony.
Yo, he did.
Everyone's got a balcony.
Do you
have a balcony,
the other
Bob?
day to me, Pop. I was
Here
like,
we
he's like, what
go.
you doing? I was like, I just made a cup of coffee. He's like, oh, you got a cup of coffee? You got a coffee in your room? I was like, yeah, dick. Open your door. He's like, what door? I don't have that door. I was like, Pop, you 100% have door. He opened it. He's like, all right, I got coffee too. I'm like, yeah, dude.
man.
Don't
Did the same
even
thing to
fucking
me.
try that.
Kept telling me how
He
big my room
loves
was. We had the
to-
That being
exact
oh,
same
said, do you have a
room.
balcony?
Yeah.
You
Pop,
do?
you have a balcony.
Oh, you got a balcony.
You've got
Yeah,
a
he
balcony.
does. Yeah.
You got a balcony.
Do I have a balcony?
You got a balcony.
All right. You got a balcony, Pete?
To be honest, I haven't checked, but I'm sure I do. I don't.
You have a
Okay.
balcony? I do. Yeah, you do.
I do have a balcony.
Nah, did you get a
Oh,
balcony?
Something to look out
Wow,
for.
you
too.
really, you know.
I have a window that opens.
The D-Man put up another highlight reel moment on today. We're not going to say what it is, but this guy is a content machine. I mean, he's just clip after clip after clip.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I have a couple good things happen. There's been a lot of bad golf on that trip with the Bryan Bros and Grant, and there were quite frankly moments where I felt like I couldn't swing the club, and then there's moments like today where I felt really dialed in for most of the day, and I don't know what it is. It's just some days you got it, some days you don't. I guess that's the inconsistency of golf, and like when you don't have like a technical good swing, like it's a lot about, I've told Stubby this before, a lot of like about it is timing. Like if I on impact of the ball, like my timing is good, I can play really good golf. And then there's times where the timing's off and it's just like, this guy stinks, but
It's a hard game.
it's fun when it works out. It's
For
a lot
sure.
of fun, and we had a really fun moment today. So, yeah, that's all you want too, really. Like I feel like I would play 3 or 4 terrible rounds to have one really fun clickbaity moment where, like, you know, you have an awesome shot that, you know, that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
We don't get in a lot of those.
Golf keeps coming back.
Yeah, it sure
Always
does.
does.
All right. We're going to lean heavy on you here, Pop. The long, nice
Can I
Q&A.
say one thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I've lived on the East Coast for a long time, over 10 years. Now that we're back on the East Coast, which feels like West Coast time sucks.
Oh, you mean Pacific time?
Yeah,
This
West Coast
time-
Pacific time. I feel so removed from reality.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know where games.
10:30 back home right now. And we're like
The sun's still
eating
up.
dinner. Yeah, and the sun's up.
I
It's
keep
crazy.
finding out like Judge homered and I forget the Yankee game started. Usually I know when the game started and have an idea, but it catches you. The mountain time's different. Mountain time, things just kind of sneak up on you.
Well, now the crazy thing, we were mountain time in Utah. You drive over the state border like 1 hour, and all of a sudden you gain another
We're on
hour. So
Pacific
now we're
time now.
Pacific.
We're on
now.
Pacific
So we're
time
3
now.
hours back.
It was crazy when we were in Utah, when we were at Black Desert Resort. You could play until about 8:30, 8:45.
Close to
we
9.
drove about half an hour out here. The sunset's now 7:45.
That drive.
I mean, that makes sense because you're not that far.
Right.
You're not like an hour.
It just depends on where you are in the time zone.
That makes
It
a lot of
dictates-
sense.
It's crazy.
Correct. If you're in LA, you've got like
Correct.
much longer. Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
right on the. Yeah, when you're on like the eastern side of a time zone, you've got the least amount of daylight.
Yep.
technically.
Yep.
Well, same amount, but
Right. Your morning. You're gonna get the sun earlier in
Correct.
the morning,
Sure,
and then
sure.
yeah.
When we went to like Scotland or any of these big trips, did we stay this long? Like, is this the longest trip gone?
Scotland was
trip?
long. Scotland was
was like
about
a
this
week-
long.
week and a bit?
Scotland was 10-ish.
Almost 10
about
days.
The same.
Okay.
This and Scotland, I think, are the
Longest.
longest ones we've done.
Well,
Myrtle,
Jet was
too.
the
Well,
quickest trip we've ever
Jet
had.
was the quickest.
Waste management 2 years ago. I was there for like 12 days.
That was
Yeah,
a
that
you
was
thing.
Correct. Correct.
This guy was like a permanent resident of Phoenix.
Dude, I was hearing
Almost
from
got a
all
driver's
types
license.
of people like, yo, I just ran into Stubby. I just ran into Stubby. Like from people, everybody had
I
ran
did
into him
everything.
that week. Yeah. There's
said yes
still,
to
till
everything.
this day, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I met him in Scottsdale. We're like, when? He's like, yeah, it was the 12th day. Like, we were there.
Oh, bad.
Yes, guy.
All right. Q&A. Let's head on over to the par 3. Poppy, this is the Q&A here.
J-Bone? You got Q&A?
Today, since the
J-Bo?
Q&A episode, we're going to throw it over to J-Bo.
J-Bone.
Oh,
Light us up.
All right, so keeping it on theme here, Griffin Miller 3 would like to know what FP eats in a day.
Fuck.
Damn,
lately, not much.
Yeah, it's that answer is a lot different in the last month-ish.
Let's get a month ago. Let's go back to
You
when.
want to? I don't want to. Is that on the fucking question, or is that? Are you fucking going rogue over there?
That's me.
You should
That's
read
me.
the questions, okay? I don't want to go back to that headspace. Now it's one meal, usually middle of the day. If I kind of forget or like I'm like hungover, then I'll like a little later in the day I'll get something to dinner. But yeah, it's something light. So either like a wrap. I'll do like a Chipotle bowl. I'll do like a half of like a sub, like nothing like that's crazy healthy. But that's the only time I'll eat.
Yeah.
and then
No,
I'll
that's
just like
not
I
bad.
won't eat again. If we go to dinner or something like that, I might get like, I've kind of ventured out on my food.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
like,
you're
Machi.
yeah, I love some
Machi's
hamachi.
great.
So good.
Really?
Oh, I love it.
wow.
Do you do it
Tuna,
with
like a
the-
tuna tartare.
do
I
you
fuck
like-
with now.
Yeah.
Damn,
Wow.
you're on
Like
adventurous.
tuna, like that. The tuna on like the crispy rice.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
shit's
yeah,
good.
that's good. So
great.
like little stuff like a sushi roll, I might do, but I'm not going like, I'm not doing like a pasta. I'm not getting like a burger and a side. Like I don't touch fries.
Do you
or
almost like
anything
kick
that.
yourself like when you have one of these things and be like, oh my God, look what I was missing?
Yeah, there's a lot of that now. I've been trying a lot of different food and like a lot of stuff I like really like.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like, oh yeah, that's okay. It's like hamachi. Hamachi is like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Like not only
Really?
do I
When did
like
it-
it, like
when
I
and where did this
freaking love
happen?
it.
It's
Like,
great.
I've had it at La Marina in Palm Beach.
So you just decided to try it one day because
Yeah, this is a little bit of forced trying going on, but that's okay. I can handle that. It's all been good.
Have you given up like chicken tenders? That was like your favorite.
Yeah,
thing.
I just don't really. I'm not gonna like order that. Like I might, if I do, I might go like Publix and get like a chicken tender wrap. But that'll be like the only thing I eat all day. It's like a salad. Like I'll get like a house salad with chicken tenders on it. Like I know it's not great. It's better. Grilled chicken would be better. But like
That's
baby steps.
Come on.
It's definitely better than
better than
where you were when Jensen wanted you to answer the
Correct.
question.
Yes, correct.
yeah, what were
I'm not going to Taco Bell. I'm not ordering late food. I'm not, I'd say I'm still drinking a lot when I'm drinking. So like that hurts, but I'm like diet, Jack and Diet now instead of Jack and Coke.
Does drinking interfere with your intermittent fasting time?
Like my
bubble?
ability to like not eat?
No,
or
no,
like
no.
I get drunk and I want to
You're doing
eat?
intermittent fasting. You're like, okay, I only eat from like 12 to 6, but you drink at 9 p.m. Is that killing your interval? Like, does that restart?
I don't know. I don't have
I
the
don't know.
degrees to answer that question. I mean, I don't eat from even 12 to 6. I eat at one time. So I'm only eating for like 20 minutes a day. And like that's it. I'm not snacking. I'm not doing anything. I'm just one thing, one time, and I'm done. That's
I
it.
just don't know if I could do. I
don't
would
think
want
you
to
could
try
do
it.
it.
It'd
You-
be tough.
Yeah, I don't think so. You've said the nighttime would just crush you. Like,
Yeah.
Bob, you love to eat. So, but the thing is, you work out a lot. So I don't see why you can't keep doing what you're doing.
Well, my metabolism's going to go on me to where now I can get away with it where I
Well,
work
then you
out
should
pretty
keep
hard.
Getting away with it as long as you can.
Yeah, that's one way. But back to just the crispy rice. Starting a meal off with crispy rice is one of my favorite things.
tuna
to
and
do.
then
on top.
For sure.
Oh, it's the best.
really good.
Fucking awesome.
There's a restaurant in on Palm Beach Island that does it well. Lola 41.
And they put the little green bubbles on top of it too.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
little- I don't
dude.
even know what that
I
is.
don't know
but
what
it's
that is.
delicious.
Bubbles.
It's like fish egg, but like
Yeah,
not quite
yeah.
caviar. Yeah.
I told
Roe?
you my thing
Roe.
is
Row. Yeah.
I start to get sad when the appetizer are over because I know the dinner's coming to the end. Like
Yeah.
the best part of the dinner is waiting for appetizers is when I'm at my peak and then like the first round, but then after that I get a little depressed.
I feel you on that. I get it.
Right? Like it's
You
like,
told me
oh
that a while
fuck, it's
ago.
coming to an end.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I totally get it.
You
'Cause
get
there's
it,
An
right?
excitement. The whole night's ahead of you. You haven't eaten yet, but you put the order and you know what's coming.
Yeah,
and you're just
you have the
feeling
first drink. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a level of excitement that is just divine.
I'm with you.
I also think I have to do like this is the only way I'm going to do it. Like I'm not going to be able to do it like normal, and I'm not gonna I'm gonna keep drinking. On like the days I'm drinking, so like
I get it.
I gotta I gotta find it. I gotta do it when I do it, and then like the rest is just sort of is what it is. I don't know. I don't think is a mixed drink getting me fat?
It's a lot of
It
calories.
just depends on
Like
what's
I just
in it.
don't see it. I
you're
just
drinking Jack-
I don't believe that.
If you're drinking Jack and Cokes and you're having 10 of them, it's a lot of
It's a
soda.
lot
I'm
of-
having way more than 10.
Let's take a look.
I'm having way more than 10.
Can you clip that for me?
I just don't see how that I just don't
Mixed
see
drink
it.
getting me fat.
I don't see
So
it.
Jack,
I don't believe it. I don't think so.
But it's a lot of soda.
It's diet soda.
Well, I mean, the diet definitely helps it. Then if
Yeah.
he was just
you're
ripping,
probably looking
and then
about
I'll go
between
I'll go to
7.
Mary Lou's and I'll have 6 to 8 Jack and Cokes, Jack and Diets.
Oh my
6 to 8,
God.
and then I've probably had a few drinks during the day out on the boat, but that's have a days. I probably had 6 have a days, and I'm having 6 to 8 mixed drinks at Mary Lou's, and then I'm going to 4, and then I'm probably going to have another
rice.
Is this all
8.
one
I'm
night?
probably having another 8 have a days at 4.
Is this all one night?
Yeah.
Hey,
But
wait,
this is
whoa,
from.
we
This
just
is
went-
from.
Bro,
This is
that's
from.
like
This is from.
20
This is from like 2 p.m. to like 5 a.m.
You're starting drinking it too?
It may be earlier.
Oh, okay, fair. And listen, who am I?
I don't know.
I would suggest to just start going back to a full meal and cutting back on the drinks.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's my point. My point is, I'm not going to change that part.
Each drink, if you're doing Jack and Diet, is probably a little over 100 calories a drink. If you're doing
Yeah,
more,
but he don't do calories.
Yeah, you're doing.
Yeah,
If you're doing
for
10 of
sure.
those, you're 1,000
Did you look it up?
calories. Yeah, it's what it is.
It's whiskey's one of the worst.
Yeah,
like,
dude. And then if you're doing half a days too, you're probably putting 2,000 calories, 2,000 calories in drinks.
but I piss it out.
So
You
the
guys don't
one
get
meal
it.
is.
He said he
You guys don't
pissed it
get
out.
it, dude. You guys don't get it. How does
Listen,
liquid doesn't turn into
applaud
fat?
I
Liquid
applaud the
doesn't turn
effort.
into fat. It turns into piss.
No,
all right?
it turns into fat.
No, it doesn't. It turns into piss.
Can I?
Well, there's different forms of fat. It's just
I
a
don't-
liquid one.
I don't want to be that guy to bring up like, oh, science, but like, drinking alcohol does completely halt fat burning for like
Yeah.
24 hours.
And while
at
I
least.
applaud your efforts, which
Why I don't
which
eat.
are notable, you're just
don't think
you're
you guys
just
are
kind
hearing
of
me.
like giving up one thing to do something else.
Yes.
So you're not going to get
Yes.
fatter, but you're not going to lose as much as you could. If
Have
you
I
just,
lost weight?
Yes,
You
we'll
have,
say
but
it's
it's-
working. It's working. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to bring up science either, but I'm down a couple X's. So
it is
Science
working.
that.
So
You're a double XL now.
I am.
There was a hesitation.
I am. It's true. It's true. Yeah. This is 3 and it's big, right? It's big.
You're doing good. We're not
Lost
You
trying.
really
weight.
are.
You've
You're doing
lost
great.
weight.
However you're
Belly
doing
full
it,
of fucking donut in me.
however you're doing it, you really
Thank
have
you,
been
grinding.
looking a lot.
Hey.
You look thinner.
Look, this is
working.
gonna. I'm not gonna say this is gonna get me down to a medium shirt. All right, this
Right.
way of doing things, but it's certainly gonna take me down from the 4X to maybe 2X or even an X.
Yeah, I agree.
And then like that last little bit, I'm gonna have to start working on my short game. Like you do the big stuff to get from a 20
gonna go back
handicap
to
to a 10 handicap.
You were doing
and it's
good-
hard to get from a 10 to a scratch, and I'll deal with it then.
Are you going to go back to the gym? You were doing that for
I'm
a while.
gonna go
That
back to the
definitely helps.
I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, I can't
If
do it
you
by
throw the
myself.
gym on there, you could probably add
I do
another
go to the
5
gym.
drinks.
I'm gonna drink the same.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna
kidding,
drink
I'm
exactly
kidding.
the same.
I know, but if you throw the gym, I was just joking. But if you actually do throw the gym in there, you're gonna be. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yeah, it's gonna help.
I'm leaving, but then I'm leaving.
All right. Let's go on to the next question here. J-Bone, take it away.
Jack First 05 would like to know all of your favorite cutsy blow-ups.
It's great.
Yeah, but mine's the Canada one, but sneaky one.
The 3-wood snap.
That's a great one. But I was gonna say we were talking about the water. The sawgrass one is just so
Sawgrass is good. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, where he goes water. Because
Pop, is that alive? Water.
he's trying.
that is not the swing.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, now power." Yeah, he like tries to talk himself out of being mad. He's like trying to tell himself
He's
that he's not.
negotiating.
You got a little of that laugh too at one point. Just
I
goes,
love-
okay.
I love
All right, fine. Guess my round's over.
Somebody's got to be able to nail that laugh where he goes, yeah,
Guess the round's over.
but it is building.
Yeah, there's been a compilation. There's one guy on TikTok or
Yeah.
I don't know where YouTube. He's
Cashing
just
in off
cashing views on just compilations of blow-ups.
So I used to get upset like where I would see somebody taking our clips and be like, oh my god, they're pulling our stuff, and then I realized like no, it's actually great. Like they're like a lot of the big streamers and stuff, they want guys to go clip them, and people make money off of taking their streams and then just clipping it. It's a great thing. Where's my cut?
Where my cut?
Where my cut? one of the OG ones. I love the one. It's Jensen's first thumbnail is when you were at Moore Park.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and you tossed that 3-wood, dude.
Put the head cover back on the broken shaft.
So
good,
Dude.
fantastic.
Bob and I used to do these 1v1 matches, and like I would always just like I don't know what would happen. Bob would like play well in them, and I would give him like a bunch of strokes, and then like he would play well, and then I would just melt down. I would get so pissed. There's a one even like early on Bob Does Sports. Remember this Scotty can go to hell, and I chucked the putter,
mic.
and like there was a few that just resonated because Bob would like. He'd get under my skin. He would know that I would be like agitated. He'd be like, oh, you know, like he'd do his whole thing. And then I would just be like, I can't believe I'm going to.
I like when you're about to put that one and you go, my name is Ho,
Yeah,
H
just
to the
leaves
O.
it short.
And he hits and he leaves it short. And I'm just like,
Chevy.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the old Chevy.
Where Jet almost killed a man.
Chevy
Eric-
almost did kill a man.
That was one of the funniest moments. I've never seen him squirm like that. I've never seen him squirm like that. It was,
That was uncomfortable for everyone.
yeah, he just hit the T marker and it just whipped
Went
back.
right by the guy's head and
But it's
over into the
fine,
neighborhood.
man.
All right, folks, on and off the golf course, you can't go wrong. When we're talking about sunglasses, we are talking about the fine folks over at Shady Rays. Independently owned, easy to use, they're fantastic. Also, they got a broken protection program. If you don't like your sunglasses or if they happen to break, within 30 days of your purchase, you can return it for your money back or a brand new pair. Head on over to shadyrays.com, use promo code BDS for 35% off your first purchase. Not a bad deal. 35% off your first purchase over at shadyrays.com using promo code BDS. Shady Rays, stay stylish.
All right. This next one comes from Travis Pokta. If you could have any pro golfer swing, who would it be?
Other than Tiger?
Anybody you want.
It's two other than Tiger.
Well, like I
would
think like
love-
the aesthetic of their swing,
Sure.
and not just like how well they swing.
I love Ludwig Oberg. I love that
simple
swing.
move.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Good
simple
action.
move. Da? You gonna go lefty?
I could go lefty. I do think Rory has an unbelievable swing.
Yeah.
I
it's
think,
amazing.
I mean, whether or not he hates YouTube, the guy has an unbelievable swing. It needs to be stated. It's just so for his size, he's not a big guy. He generates so much
Yeah.
power through the ball especially when he's hitting driver and his recoil. It's insane. I think I would love to have that swing. I don't think you could go wrong with a swing like Rory. It's awesome.
Not wrong about that.
Pop.
Tick.
I mean, Scotty's a big one. I like what he's doing with his foot. I like
tell
that
you
he's
something.
sliding, but
If
I
you
think
tried Scotty's swing, you would bust that and those Converses you have.
This is a fantasy question, Bob.
The way that he has his shoelaces
he
hanging
would
down.
bust his ass so fucking
It's a
quick.
fantasy question.
I just don't
also,
think-
but I think that what answer I would really go with though is Minwoo. I like.
Oh, okay,
Minwoo's
yeah.
He's got a great
It's
move.
Minwoo's got a
very,
really
very
nice
Oh,
swing.
the guy.
Minwoo does.
Oh,
have a great move.
yo, the guy.
Shit. I had a guy. I forgot his name. I answered this before.
Tom Kemp.
Tom Kent's got a great move. Yeah.
Freddie Couples.
Freddie Couples has got a unique. His tempo's silly. Good. Yeah.
VJ Singh.
It's got a great.
You know
move,
who
too.
had a-
Colin Morikawa's got a great.
Yeah,
move.
he does.
I like
that
his move. It's just that
slow-
one. Yeah, and he's just got that. He's always cutting the ball. Like he's that wrist and everything he's got is just always going to cut the ball. I like Cam Smith. Give me Cam Smith.
Yeah,
I think he's
good.
just got a good on plane repeatable swing. It doesn't go wrong.
Good putting stroke.
You know whose
Yeah, I
swing
think
is
that's
sick is that TikTok Instagram guy, the South Korean dude who like he's always at the
Yo,
driving
is that
range.
real? Or
Oh,
is
It's
he's
like he
smooth.
goes like this, and it's like he doesn't even swing.
Oh,
It's
I know the
so
guy you're talking
slow
about.
mo in that shit?
I don't know. No, I don't think
it
so. I
is
think he's sitting there.
insane.
Toombs, do you know Toombs Golf? Have you seen him? He's part of that Taco and Sam and those guys.
Those
the
guys are
fairways
good,
only.
right?
Toombs. Look at Toombs.
His swing.
His swing is so good. Like,
I'd like to see
his
it.
swing is so.
Do you know the guy I'm talking
good.
about, the Korean guy?
I do. I don't
Dude, it
think
looks
it's-
like he's just. It
So-
almost looks fake.
I think. I mean, you would know better if you saw it, but I think either when the ball goes in the air, he speeds it up, or like maybe the swing is real. It
Have you
doesn't
seen
look
this? Pop?
real.
It is like
It's
It's like
fascinating.
so slow, and then he just like Goes like this.
He's at the same driving range every day too.
Like, yeah, he's on that top
Yeah,
platform.
to the left side.
Yeah, and it's just always butter. It's
Yeah.
like
You got to see it.
oh, dude, it's
And he does like different things. Like he does it in different ways where he hits like draws
Amazing.
and cuts.
So you've seen him too, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Oh
hits
my
into this
God.
like netted dark driving range. You see the ball the whole way. It's sick.
I'll find them for you tonight, Pop.
I'm big into like golf porn is a real thing. Like watching Tiger like hit chip shots or rip the ball back.
There's long irons you used to hit, like 2 irons. And shit.
it's so
the sound
cool.
you just clubs.
I
used
think
to
golf
make.
horns are real. Even just like I'll just sit there and watch like flyovers of really nice
Yeah.
courses.
Oh.
I asked Charlie. I asked him. I was like, "Do you ever just watch like videos of your dad swing?" He's like, "All the time." He's like, "I'll watch highlights of it all
I'll
the
tell
time."
you what's fucking good is Golf Digest does this every hole from
Pine
series
Valley?
on YouTube that
the Pine
like
Valley.
goes through like these sick golf courses and just drone and has like architects and shit talking. That's that shit.
We watched
Well,
one of
the
those. With Stu. I
narration,
thought he
remember-
was gonna blow a load. We went
I
through
love
Pine
that shit,
Valley,
bro.
dude. He was
I love that
loving
shit.
The
it.
narration was
Oh,
like
it's incredible.
it was so
There's that one in
eloquent.
St. Lucia's and like fucking Cabo, the Cabot St. Lucia's, just wow.
It's a fun sport,
I'll think
man.
about that video for a long time.
All right, J-Bone.
All right, this one's a J-Bone special.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm curious about it too.
When am I gonna get a raise?
No, so you guys know each other so well. I'm curious, what is like, you can go around and say one at a time. Like, what is one thing that you think that you haven't told each other about yourselves? Like nothing crazy, but
Dude.
Was that a question or did you come up with that?
off the dome.
I like that.
Yeah, you start.
I mean, I just said it earlier, so it technically doesn't count, but I'll still say it. I was like, there's the guy that I used to watch on Twitch, and he did like a drinking stream where he would drink with the viewers, and I was too young to drink. I was like 13, 14, so I would drink Mountain Dew Code Reds to just like feel a part of the community.
Wow.
Mine was probably what I told you guys today or yesterday, that I used to sell fake Oakley sunglasses.
Yeah.
I was running a complete scam for quite some time. That would
On
be
eBay?
mine. On eBay, yeah. The eBay account got shut down. It's a site like DHgate or something, and I would buy them. And sold a lot of fake, a lot of get rich quick stuff growing up. It just wasn't it. Yeah, not good.
Is it like something when we were younger or like?
Just saying.
It could be anything.
Well, I used to always have an obsession with watching like hockey, and like when the Canucks were in the playoffs in '94, I was 8 years old. My dad made me a promise that if they won the Stanley Cup, he would buy me a Sega Genesis, and I wanted Sonic the Hedgehog. That was the game I wanted more than anything. And the Canucks were the 8th seed. They barely made it into the playoffs. They beat the Flames. They went through, beat the Stars. They went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, played the Rangers, and lost in Game 7. My dad was bawling my eyes out. Never got the Sega.
He held to it.
Lesson learned, dude.
Never got the Sega.
That
And what
is
I would
pretty
do,
wild, but that's a good. I like the lesson learned there.
what I would do is they had these hockey cards. So they had like these like plastic sheets. There was like 4x3, and then you would put the cards, and there was like a sheet, just like a protector. And so I would have like all the cards from like one team. So say like they played Dallas, I'd have all the cards of the Dallas team. I'd put them on one side of the TV, and then the Canucks ones I'd put on the other side. I'd lay it on the floor, and I'd sit in the middle and I'd watch the game. And then at the end, I'd collect all the cards and put them away. And I was like infatuated. And I thought the Sega was coming. And I thought when they lost, because they went to Game 7 and they lost it in tragic fashion, that my dad would still buy me the Sega, but I never got it.
I actually in 2000.
Mr. DeMar just holding.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Ground,
Wow, dude. True to his
lesson
word.
learned, dude.
In 2004, I was going to go to the Game 6 of the ALCS with the Yankees Red Sox. It was the Bloody Sock game, and I actually was rooting for. I was a kid, but I was rooting for the Red Sox. I knew I was going to Game 6, and I figured the Yankees would just win anyway. So, like when Ortiz hit that home run, I woke up and I was happy because I wasn't going to have to go to school. My dad was going to take me to the Yankee game, so I was rooting for
the series
rest-
to keep going.
Yes, which is sick
Yeah,
to hear
that
now.
turned out tragic.
And then we got to the stadium and I wanted to get a 1918 shirt. And my dad, remember they'd always yelled 1918, those last time Red Sox won? But Dad's like, you don't want to do that. It's bad juju. And you don't know if they're going to win the series. That was the bloody sock game. Yeah.
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pop.
All right, Bob.
You guys know pretty much everything about me.
No, I don't think we do.
You know some stuff.
Tell us some West Virginia shit.
You know some stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
'Cause I used to tell people I was a size 32 waist for a long time, and I was actually 34.
Oh, that's a Jerry
That's good.
Seinfeld
That's
story.
with that one.
That's a hand up. That's a hand up. I like
Dude.
that. I don't know. I probably got a lot of stuff because I haven't known you guys that long, but
My name's not Nick. It's actually Frank.
Cheese, dude.
Yeah, it's cheese. Dude, when you said that, were you just like, what the fuck?
Call me Cheese.
Like I didn't know, but I knew. You know, and I didn't know what the fuck was happening, but I knew what the fuck was happening. At the same
County's got a lot of cheddar.
So crazy.
I don't know.
He said he was from Philly and he loves cheesesteaks. So it was all his buddies, all his close friends.
I don't doubt that that's true. I just had never heard it. I just didn't see that. Look, it may be true, but it certainly wasn't relevant.
Context for people listening.
That's sort of where I was at with
We
it.
met FP's friend, and I think is
It's
he
my
your accountant?
accountant.
And this was in
Virginia.
Virginia.
Going back to the Airbnb.
And we went back to the Airbnb. We had an unbelievable dinner with him, and your pops was there. And then I don't know who he told the cheese thing to because I came after the cheese
He introduced
introduction.
himself as Cheese to Ticket. And I was
Yeah.
just like, what? I'd never heard that in my
Bro,
life.
so you hadn't, and I maybe missed a group chat or something. I just came down because I wasn't even at this event. I just came down the stairs, like in my sweatshirt, and this guy was just standing there. I was like, hey, man, who are you? Who are you?
Sure.
Are you supposed to be in here? And he's like, yeah, I came with Stubby. Name's Cheese. And I was like,
It's not, his name's Zach.
sorry. He's like, I'm the
Good at what he
accountant.
does.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Really nice.
I don't know. Something I don't really know. I mean, I got issues for sure. I stopped drinking for a while in the past. I was sober for a bit.
How long's a bit? Like a month?
No, like a year.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah,
Were you a part of the program, or you
Yeah.
just did on your? Oh, really?
What led you
Yeah.
back to the drink?
I love it.
Yo, respect, dude. Respect, dude. I get it.
I fucking love it, dude. Yeah. So I got my issues that I have to keep my eye on.
I went to Gamblers Anonymous with my dad. That's a great.
there you
that
go.
was a
I did
great
too.
Story.
Guy started the episode talking about 30 drinks he has in a night.
We'll got you back. I
Stop
love
for a
it.
while.
Here's a fun one. You talked about a Mumford and Sons concert. What was your first concert you ever went to?
Green Day.
Green Day's
American
a great
Idiot.
Yeah,
one.
that actually sounds like
Yeah.
that.
What
that
about
would
you?
bang. I've only seen one guy. Billy Joel.
You've only been to
Oh,
Billy
that's
Joel.
incredible.
No,
You went to
that's
the
not
Eagles
true.
with us.
Oh yeah, Eagles, and then I saw Billy Joel and Elton John together.
So Billy Joel was the first concert. How old were you?
Yeah. I don't know. And I saw Dave Matthews, but then I had to leave to the overnight shift.
How about you, Stu?
First one I remember is Smash Mouth.
Oh,
That's
you're a
like
big
the-
Smash
hey,
Mouth
now
guy.
you're an
Innsbruck
all-star.
After Hours.
That's pretty cool.
Mine is
That's
the
the
most
first one I remember.
random concert you could ever imagine. The Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, they were.
They were really
Play
good.
that
I
guy
love
that
them.
snapped on Fezzi at that concert.
Dave Matthews?
Yeah.
What
like
happened?
right as he was getting ready to start the song, Fezzi would be like, "Oh, it's this song, like it's that." And he was so loud. He's like, "It's gonna be this song." And finally, this guy just turns around and he goes, "Stop yelling the song." He flipped. I was like, "I guys
What did
gotta go."
Showtime say?
Didn't
I
phase
don't
him
think
at all.
Yeah, I don't think that
Didn't
did
phase
much.
him.
Song, you probably did it again.
Yeah, I don't think that
Concert
did
earlier,
much.
early because of that interaction.
No, he had to go to
I
this
had
overnight.
to go to the overnight shift, but that was the fun. Like I was already getting ready to roll. Remember when Bob got fired? He thought it was
resigned!
He thought it was because the HR girl hated him when in reality, yeah, he thought it was because didn't like him.
I knew why I was fired.
Oh, but I
Well,
thought
you didn't. Well, I thought you weren't
Pop had
fired.
First of all,
Pop
I
had like
resigned
a full-blown
officially.
war with man. It's like
Did not like me, but that is not the reason I got
Why
fired.
did
I got
you-
fired because they were about to conduct an
"This
investigation that I
bitch."
was going to be found very, very guilty of.
oh man,
It's always good to resign first.
So I
Of
resigned
course.
before they began that
Smart.
investigation.
Smart.
that is awesome.
Smart play.
It's not
take
that
off before
awesome.
they can get you.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get
Tough
fired
time
when you can
life.
get quit, dude.
What's this?
There's no reason to get fired when you can quit,
That's right.
other than unemployment. But I
Because
just
I could, for real though, I mean, it's cut, but you can still use them on the resume if you resign.
Or you could
well,
just pull the
you can use
not
them,
show up
but
anymore.
they're going to call. It still might ruin the reference.
No, I know, but they can't. If I got fired, I couldn't use them as a reference because if they called, they would be able to talk about the incident.
Yo.
If I resigned, they wouldn't say good or bad thing. They'd be like, yes, he did work here.
This
from
isn't
this
a
time
cut.
to this time.
Is this a cut?
Is that true? I think they can say whatever
no,
they want.
he is right.
Yeah,
As someone who's fired multiple people, he's correct.
yeah.
Jesus.
So I was told by the union guy to he's like, it's probably in your
Dude.
best interest to resign.
That being said, I will say this: if you have a potential hiring client, like inquiring about questions and they're not giving much information, that's not a good sign. So
Yeah.
if they would be like, "Oh, did Neil work at the Four Seasons here over this span?" They could say yes. They could then do a follow-up question, be like, "Oh, what was his best asset, or how did he contribute to the
Right.
team?" And then if they don't really provide information, it's almost like, "Oh, well, that did not end
I used to
on
get
good terms."
ran-
So it could be as someone like as a
Right.
manager who we used to call to follow up references, I would always lead with follow up questions to find more information, to dig dirt and
in the
people.
situation that I put myself in, I think it was the best
Yeah,
option.
no, I agree. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying,
yeah. Play.
if young
Correct. I know, I
Jimmy
get it.
somewhere is listening, he's
Sure.
like, "Oh, that's a foolproof way." It is, but it's still not the best.
When he was searching for jobs, he would always put me down. He told everybody that he was
Put
my
Bob down as
assistant.
his reference.
So I would
Smart move.
always get calls from random employers.
Bro, I was
like,
working for Bob for about two and a half
I got
years.
a random
dude.
call one
Multiple-
time about
multiple-
tickets.
Featherston used to do the same thing. So I'd have so many
Oh,
jobs
with
calling
Fezzi,
me.
you must have been getting called left, right, and center.
Oh, about were they? How long did they
You
work
got
for
a
you?
call about me?
I got a call and you
I used
didn't.
you as a reference.
You didn't tell me at all.
He never told me.
But here's
either.
the
No,
thing.
that's not true. I definitely told you.
There's a couple,
I
but then
called
there
you
was-
several times. It was like you might be receiving a call.
So
You, I
I
did
got a
for
call
sure.
and I was like, "Who is this?" They're like, "Oh, we're calling in regards to Neil Arnett. Did you work with him?" I was like, I actually gave you a rave review. I was like, "Oh yeah, Neil." I don't remember what the
why you
company
put
was
him
for.
down.
And then I think I messaged you after. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?"
I really needed that job.
I think I gave you a great
No,
reference.
I know you did. I know. You always do. You always do. You've always had my back. Anyway,
Right.
this is come on. Let's go to the next question.
Okay, next question. So, F, marry, kill, pizza, golf, or sports betting. But we can sub in pizza for let's just say your favorite food.
Okay.
So what is it? Your favorite food, golf, and sports betting?
Sports betting, yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
I think we're all gonna marry
Yeah.
golf.
We're marrying golf.
right?
Yeah, I don't see a world where I'm not going to golf again.
I don't need to gamble. Personally, it's not.
Yeah,
I would fuck with golf. I'd marry my favorite food,
Okay.
and then I'd kill sports gambling. Yeah.
I think if prepared to kill sports gambling,
Yeah,
you've got a bit of a problem.
Sports betting is clearly the odd man out there. Like that's the one that needs to be killed.
D man.
If you think that I'm going to give up my favorite food or golf,
But you
for
have all
sports-
the rest of the food.
Yeah, it's one.
a good point.
item.
You love.
I can't live without Italian food, bro. There's no fucking way.
just
Well, it
one
would be
dish.
No,
one
it's
dish.
just one dish. It would be like fettuccine alfredo, or whatever it is.
Can't do that.
Yeah, this guy.
He's fucking marrying
guy
and
loves
fucking
creamy
fettuccine
white
alfredo. Dude.
sauces,
He's
dude.
killing two of them.
If
and
it's
he's marrying
creamy,
and fucking
if it's
fettuccine,
white,
dude.
and if it's a
all
sauce,
in.
He loves wet pasta.
Yeah.
wet,
guys.
creamy white
The
sauce.
wetter he can make him. Dude.
I wish I got to see
Just
him
spitting
cut
in
into
those things.
those ribs.
You didn't see you were there?
I wish I was there.
Where was that? What restaurant was that?
That was
was
a
at
Grand
Grand
Geneva.
Geneva.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So it was
Were
the
you
buffet
just
first night.
baffled?
I've never in my life been so
Jet
appalled.
was like, don't. Like he was keeping us down.
Jet was sunning
Probably why I didn't make it to your
by
side
doing that. By the way,
You gotta
Jet
tell the kid,
because of
man.
Jet. I think
I think I was at the buffet when it happened.
No,
By
you
the
were at
way,
the
by the
table.
way, by Jet doing that, it made it worse. 'Cause
For sure.
It's almost like a parent sunning everybody. Like you got to get your licks. That's just it is what it is.
It's kind of like not buying your kid a Sega Genesis when he's
But
one game away.
Jensen told
Gotta teach
Jensen
him a
told me it
lesson,
was one
dude.
of the worst days of his life.
What?
What?
No.
Didn't you say it was a traumatic experience for you?
But
I
not.
thought-
You're joking.
I talked to you about this the other day. You said it was a terrible experience.
It's the worst day of your life.
The worst day of
Not
my
your
life.
worst day of your life,
Yeah.
but you said it was one of the worst moments you had. You told me this the other day when we were talking about the bone
Yeah,
saw.
but I don't think it was actually. I don't
Maybe he
think
was
you
just
meant it.
exaggerating.
Yeah. Worst day of your life is
What's the
when you
worst
met
day of your
Jet.
life?
Like a real
Let's
one.
go around and say the worst days of our lives.
If you want a real.
Oh yeah, real, straight up.
So I like a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago, I got into like a really, really bad fight with like my really close friends, and like we just stopped talking for a while, and we're good now. But that sucked.
Wow. Who was in the right?
Well, yeah, them. I was
fucked up?
I did, yeah.
When he said that he probably would have gone through college if it wasn't for this job, I felt like a big responsibility. Like, holy shit, dude, we better not fuck this up.
Guy quit college. It's a terrible idea. I mean, it's worked.
I got my AA. I got
You got
one.
your AA?
I did get my AA.
Dude, Pop could have had a degree. I think about it all the time. Sorry to bring up like
Me?
UCLA.
Imagine having 3 credits away from having a degree from UCLA.
That's one class.
Yeah.
And
I
one
have
degree-
a
People say
question.
that to me all the time. It wasn't like it was intro to biology.
No,
But it
I
doesn't
understand, but
matter.
it
It's
was
just-
I had
just
to
a one
write
class.
a 20-page dissertation.
Yeah.
It was a big class.
The biggest class.
Correct.
It's the penultimate.
Go ahead, D.
I have an idea.
No. I was gonna say go back to college.
I think it's
I'm not
expired,
going back
right?
to college.
It's expired.
Pop graduating
Your
series
credits are-
where we could bring him back
Yeah,
to
you'd have to
finish
take-
his UCLA
Yeah.
credits. Could you imagine the content that would come out
I
of
think
that?
his
Bob?
credits have
Yeah.
Oh, they got to be
Burn.
When you've been
expired.
gone- well, not all of them, but I would I'd owe more than 3.
Dissertations are not easy.
no, it sucks.
That is a bitch when you have to write that, man. That's,
But if you could do it again, would you have got those credits?
No, I would just to have it would have meant a lot to my dad. So yes, I would. But for me personally, I don't think I'd be anywhere different in life.
I believe. I
Yeah.
believe that.
No, what we know now, I think that's definitely the case.
But I don't think even if this didn't work, there was nothing in the field that I was pursuing that would have made me any better at the job that I wanted to have had I gotten the degree.
Sure, but it's not always better at it. It's just like you check that box that you can apply for a job. Like
Correct.
some things, there's
I
like,
was trying
if you
to
don't
be-
have that bachelor's degree, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad or indifferent. It's just like
But I was all in
minimum
on being a
requirements even
writer.
apply.
Like it was not like I was becoming an accountant
fair
or
enough.
something, or just some kind of desk job or
But
whatever.
didn't
Like
you do like
headhunting?
no, like videography, like it wasn't like
Yeah.
filmmaking and
Yes,
stuff like
correct.
that. So there would have been some job like studio jobs that you could have
he worked for the Big
gotten
Bang.
into
He worked
there
on the
while
Big
you
Bang
were
Theory.
writing or something.
Because I was already doing well with I was a writing assistant.
He was a
for
writer for the
CBS.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
shit.
helping out, which a lot of people think like, oh, you wrote on the shows, which episodes? Like I was writing assistant. But that means I
What
got
does
to
that
sit in, it's basically a step above a PA, whereas like I was able to sit in the rooms and like be around them writing. And I, of course, I was bringing coffee, but I was learning a lot being in those rooms. with
That's
other
pretty
people.
sick.
So would you put your voice in it? Like you're in the room. Would you put your 2 cents in or not,
Not
really?
in the room, but like I got to know the guys, and if we left to go get lunch or something, I'd be like, it might have been a decent idea. And sometimes it would help, but in the room, you still, as a writing assistant, kind of
yeah.
keep your mouth. And then you hope to then.
But that's a stepping
make
stone,
connections there, and then they put in a good word.
oh,
I
this
like
guy's
this
fucking
guy,
funny.
and-
This guy's fucking
correct.
funny.
And
Let's
then
see.
COVID hit, and then
You know, I heard the other day that with
Then
Curb
it's-
Your Enthusiasm, they don't even have a script. Like they just have a bit, and
Me
then
too.
they just riff.
And just like situation.
Yeah, like they're like, all right,
this
this
is where
is
we're
the
at.
bit. This is what's happening. Go, and then they just they go. Isn't that
It's
wild?
impressive. It makes sense.
Crazy.
Because it doesn't have that like line feel to it. It feels
Yeah.
like it feels that way.
Wild.
Yeah, it's tough. You gotta be good.
Somebody told me with Larry David. Who told us the story? It's one of the greatest stories. He was playing at like a member guest at Riviera, and he was playing with this guy, and they were winning, like they were in first and they were winning, and he had to go, like he had to leave to go somewhere, so he had to leave in the middle of the member guest that they were winning. So he's like, I gotta go. He's like, I gotta go. So he just takes the cart and he leaves. But while he leaves, he takes the members' clubs with him on the cart. So he just leaves. They don't end up, obviously, then they can't win. And he took this guy's club all the way back to the clubhouse.
Didn't even take the guy with him. Just left him out
like,
there.
I gotta go, and he just left.
What a wild boy.
Isn't that great?
That is
Wild.
Isn't that
Man.
you too that told me that like doesn't he like putt from his knees or something?
Yeah, he putts. He's like crazy putting. He like goes all the way down or something along.
Yeah, he hunches all the way. He tries to get, what I heard, he tries to get as close to the green
That's
as
amazing.
possible so he can see the line better. So he'll like have his putter and he goes like,
Amazing.
Wow.
this is what I've been told from sources.
It's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No.
It's ridiculous, but makes sense.
Yo, that putt today that I fucking blasted because the wind picked
Oh
up.
my,
That wind picked up on you, and you were like,
he putted
thought
like he was
hitting like
going to the next
like he had to give his
green,
7-iron
bro.
a little more juice, dude.
He just went like this.
Thought it was like a club wind. This fucking 15-foot putt. I smoked it. It's a good line though.
All right, last one, J-Bone.
What is everybody's favorite hobby outside of golf?
Favorite hobby?
Drinking.
Yo, same, dude.
I can do another one.
No.
I don't know. I play the guitar. I love playing the guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dope.
Collecting records, a lot of music related things.
That's cool.
That's dope as
I
hell.
love like traveling and then going to restaurants. I really enjoy like going out for dinners, trying like different food and cuisines and stuff, and like going with friends, whether it's my wife or the guys or whatever. And then I love to travel too. Like I love to go and explore like new places and not just like, you know, like go out and like go somewhere different and like explore. And that's where golf normally becomes intertwined, because a lot of the places I normally go, it's like I'll travel, I'll try different food, go different sightseeing, and then try to golf as well. So I see and experience as much as possible. I like to think that I've traveled quite a bit. You know, I've been to most of the continents and lived in a different continent for 3 years. And so I feel like that gives you a lot of experience. And I think it's a really cool opportunity to meet people and learn new things.
It's a great answer.
Stu?
Yeah, I like to travel too. Bit of a yes guy, so I end up going to a lot of different events and places and things. I mean, I feel pretty social. I like to drink. I like to go out.
I think the viewer got that one with the drinks per day quotient.
Yo, I drink 30 drinks a night. I used to stop. My hobby is drinking.
Just not always that good at it, unfortunately. Or maybe I'm too good at it. I don't know. I don't need to drink. I just like to drink.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something else, and I don't really have anything else.
You're a fan of sports?
Oh, I love
Yeah.
sports. Yeah, traveling.
I think we all
events,
like to watch
all that
sports
stuff,
as
but,
well, I think.
like I don't have like a thing I go like another thing that I go do necessarily like guitar. Like that's a perfect example of something. Or like some people like you like pickleball. Like you like playing pickleball.
You know
Well,
what you should
I don't
try?
really have another thing like that. I like to play golf.
You know what you tried the other day? You went on a hike. Hiking can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I used to
You can-
hike a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Up at Wintergreen. I used
Yeah.
to go up there. I used to like going up there. Like I used to summer more than the winter, even though I skied because I liked hiking. I would like hike every day.
There you go, skiing.
Skiing, I like. Yeah, but I mean, I haven't. You know, I'm not skiing.
Skiing is awesome.
That'd
Dude,
be
I
nice.
wish I could ski. That seems fun.
Bob does
I mean, I
sports
know I
ski
could.
trip would be hysterical.
Last time I skied was probably 2-3 years ago.
So if you put the skis back on, do you think you'd be fine?
Yeah, I'd be fine. I just, you know, it's harder. I mean, the more you got to like, the more mass, you know, more it's harder. The heavier you are, it makes it's harder on your knees and stuff. So
Skiing is so fun, man. When I lived in Whistler, I got a ski pass every year given to me as a manager. It'd be like $2,500, and I would just go ski, you know, before my shift, and it was so fun. And then when you go there, like all these people normally are like unbelievable skiers. So like, as like someone who never skied in my life, I had played hockey before. Like the first time I went, they took me to like a black diamond fucking trail, and they're like, oh, it's not that bad, and they just went down, and then you just kind of like, okay, I guess I gotta fucking go down these moguls
I
now.
could see the D-man just burying
But by the end of
people.
by the end, because I skied with really good like I was slower than them for sure, and they go through powder, and I had to learn. But by the end of like that year of skiing, I was pretty good. I'd love to rip down the fucking mountain, man. It's so fun.
Are you still good now?
I've been skied since I left Whistler, so that would have been like 7-8 years ago. But I feel like if you gave me skis, like it might take me an hour to get back to like feeling it, but like by the end of the day I'd be probably ripping down. I think it'd be
we'll do an FP verse, Gutsy, like start him at the top of the mountain. Whoever gets
fucking
down.
race.
Yeah, dude,
That sounds like a really bad idea.
That would be
That
so
sounds very dangerous.
I have a picture.
Pop will just be like in a
Bob, you
ski
would love this.
mobile, like
Honestly,
following them.
I thought about this the other day, and someone had said this when I first left my old job. Someone mentioned this to me about like not getting injured, and like I never really thought anything about it, but I thought about it the other day. Like, it'd be a real problem if one of us like got injured,
I think
like
about it
broke
all
a
the
wrist
time,
or broke an ankle or a leg or something. Like that's like a big problem. Like you can do that in life and go to work and you'll be fine. We can't like get hurt, dude.
No, it would be really, really.
I don't know
bad.
what we would do. Like if one of us broke our wrists,
it would be bad.
and like we're out for like 8 months. What the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
What do we do? I just
Like-
watch you guys play golf for 8 months.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know.
So like skiing, I don't think it's a good idea.
I know.
Pickleball's sketchy if you make like a wrong move.
Fucks my back up.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there's
when you
certain
keep
things.
saying your back, I get worried. You know,
It's
But
fine.
that
It's just some spasms.
That is true.
I'm trying to
would say
find the
for me-
picture of me skiing, dude. I'll send it over to you, Jensen. It's like if you think I wore loud golf outfit.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Wow.
I gotta find.
I gotta see that shit.
Oh, it's
like 80s, like full onesies.
It was a full red
Yeah,
outfit
that's-
from top to bottom. I called myself the Red Rifle.
You called yourself that, dude.
Call me. Name's Joe, but you can call me the Red Rifle.
Obviously, it was a joke. I gotta find. You gotta see this. Hold
That's
on.
Red Rifle.
Or Red Rocket. Red Rocket.
Red
It was. Hold on.
Name's Joe, but you can call me the Red.
Oh, here it is. You ready for this, D?
Oh, I can't wait.
You ready for that? Look at that.
My word.
You look pretty good.
awesome.
I had like the Oakley, like
You look pretty
all red
fucking
Tron,
sick,
like
dude.
fucking. Look, I mean, dude,
Looks like a fucking. He looks
look
like,
like a
You
cyborg.
look like a boxing, like one of those little boxing robot game characters.
Rock'em Sock'em
Rock'em.
robot.
So he looks like
Rock'em
he looks like a
Sock'em.
Rock'em Sock'em robot. It's
Yo, I've got
exactly
an
right.
eye full of Burt's Bees. And
Dude,
sun-
I got
Your
I'm
eyes
beefed
are
up, dude.
watering,
I
dude.
know.
Are we gonna do more questions? Because I'm gonna reapply some beeses.
Okay, so this one is about for Bob. I mean, what's the worst feed Bob you've ever done? And then we can remember one more because that's not a big discussion one.
How about we all take a turn? And we tell
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. There has been some places that we've stayed, and I'm not going to name any specific or like tournaments we've been in where like, and I'm very appreciative of it. Where like the chefs come out and been like, you know, we had chicken Caesar wrap for you, and it was horrible, like really bad, and then they're watching in front of you. So there's been a few of those. Nothing really on Instagram that I think has been really bad.
That sandwich those guys brought you in the Kroger. was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
pathetic.
Virginia and Charlottesville.
God, I couldn't stop.
You just laughed at it, dude. You opened it and you laughed at it.
And started laughing in their faces.
I knew the gas station. Like they make good sandwiches. So I'm like, yeah, that's good, Bob. He opens it and it looked terrible. And he
But
just
the
starts.
way-
He laughs at it. He laughs at them. It was
And then they had
unreal.
written for Bob on the.
I was trying to keep it together, but we were all excited. You guys were hyping it up too. Like as we were unwrapping, it had this beautiful, like
Parchment
that deli
paper.
wrap.
Parchment
nice.
paper.
It was wrapped perfect. I was like, and you guys were like, oh,
It said Boar's head on it too.
and the way it
Fine.
just came out of the wrapping, it just like,
Dude, it looked like an
like-
injured sandwich.
yeah, dude, it just came
It
out of the
looked like
wrapping.
a
and
dying man
Yeah.
inside
Rolled
of
over.
a fucking inside of a sleeping bag.
And I gotta stop doing it sometimes where like I really don't want to laugh. I just giggle and I can't help it.
Sell
you
out.
see it with Portnoy and obviously Portnoy's effect can literally change a business. Like it's got to be hard for him if he has a really bad slice and he meets it's like a mom and pop shop and like the pizza sucks and
Gives
like
an
he
honest
knows
review.
Yeah.
if he gets but I think he's even mentioned that it gets harder.
I feel like if it's only when like someone's like like treats him like shit
Correct.
or like aren't nice, and then
Yes.
it's bad, then he'll like he doesn't feel bad about it.
Correct.
For some reason, too, when it comes to food, that like, I don't know why it doesn't happen with anything else, but with food, everybody wants to be the guy to give you, like, to be the one to introduce you to the best thing you've ever
Oh,
tasted.
yeah.
It's like,
It's true.
there's something that makes you feel like some kind of like, it gives you a satisfaction if you know you intro somebody to like one of the best things they tried. So everybody like will come up to Bob and be like, I got this place for you. I know this spot. But when it falls short, man, it's a tough scene.
Remember when the Virginia trip 2 years ago? Yes, when I brought what is widely regarded as the best pizza in Richmond, which is like being the tall. I don't even know, but yeah, like I brought it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty good stuff, guys. And then you were like, oh yeah, Pop's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like it's got a little Chuck E. Cheese taste to it. And I was just like, all right, I tried.
It's like
it's
the
a little
sauce
Chuck
is
E.
a little
Cheese.
Yeah, I was like, all
tangy.
right, that'll do
Little
it.
Chuck E.
They're like, oh, it's got a little,
tangy
yeah, it's good. It's got a little Chuck E. Cheese to it. Great.
Call it as I see it.
Yeah, look.
My eye is flooded.
Yeah,
right,
I just
dude.
eased up, and I
You started tearing up when you were talking about the
wanna do one more?
story.
Sure.
One more. One's in the sky, boys. One's in
We're
the
gonna
sky.
do one more.
All right. What is the update on the HQ for all the boys?
The what? The what?
HQ.
The HQ.
I'm looking into it. I think it's going to take some time, but I really do want to do it. Like, I think it would be awesome. We've talked about doing it for a long time.
Well, we could say like, what's your dream HQ? Let's just lay it out. No
Dream HQ
money, no object.
Would be Dream HQ would be a simulator for sure, like a big chipping, putting, games where you can watch games and stream. Half basketball court, pickleball court. The pickleball court could be on the half court.
Little offices.
Offices. I like the ones where like there's ones that I've seen where it's like a staircase and you like look down, so like you could add glass to it and look down. I think it's awesome. So that podcasting room, like or like a podcasting side,
Cold plunge, sauna.
like honestly, actually like a little gym in the corner, a gym, cold plunge sauna. Yeah, like a whole fun factory.
It's a place we can do everything.
Everything I think would be
Football Sundays, yeah, would
The
be fun.
football Sundays.
Yeah, be a good place to watch games.
Yeah.
You guys can get together and edit and podcast. Having a place for the podcast to live. We're not like
Yeah, I would want like all the editors like that. That's the place to be. Where like you have an editing stage, like everything where it's awesome. We still get a lot out of it. Because I was like, all right, my goal was always okay. I'm gonna have to get a house that can fit all of this stuff. My goal was to get to that, but then I realized it would be so much better to have all of that stuff just at like an
Good
HQ.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the house has like it's got another factor to it. Like you could still have like the living room set up for like viewing sports and like streaming and stuff. Simulator could go in the garage. You're not going to get the basketball most likely.
Yeah.
But like the pool and stuff, a place you could like have like parties, like a have a day party every
Right.
first Thursday of every month is the have a day party at the bottom. You know what I mean? So like it's a different dynamic and you still use bedrooms as offices. But like, yeah, having some sort of like flex warehouse office space
for that.
where you could have all the other stuff is pretty attractive as well.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of sponsors would be a part of it too. So it's not like somewhere where I would just dump money, but like sponsors too would be a part of it. I think would be awesome. That has been another edition of the Bob Does Sports podcast. Another good one. Thank you for all the questions. I really carried it. So we appreciate it. That does it for a Utah trip. Action-packed trip. Long trip, but a great trip. It's been another edition of Bob Does Sports podcast. We'll see you next week.